Aloha, aloha everybody. Just wanted to jump on and check in again. It's been a few days since I made a video and yeah, real quick, if you guys watch my videos, mahalo. Subscribe or not. I really appreciate it if you guys do, but if not, that's cool too. Not here for clout, not here for try to become viral. Just here for share my experience, my strength and my hope. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Travis. My whole name is Travis Joseph Kelly Ikapuni Pali Okaveloa Kaya Madela. Yeah, long story short, Mandels or Kili or Trav, whatever. But real quick, I made the decision to jump on and start doing these videos against a lot of people and friends that almost discouraged me to not do it. But really, really, this is me being me, bro. And if you guys don't like it, you guys don't gotta watch them straight up. You guys make videos too, so this is my video. And you know, it's December 4th, 2025, and as I sit here and I think, I've been kind of, I know we all go through a lot. At 37 years old, I like share and take accountability for a lot of mistakes or bad decisions that I've made throughout life. Yeah, a lot of bad decisions. I can identify, I don't even want to call it like the Maui boy lifestyle because I can only speak for myself. But yeah, I don't know. I just like share a little bit. I grew up in a real good household. Um, I was raised by my grandparents, my grandma Ramona Madela and my grandpa Joseph Sr. But I am one of four siblings. I have my oldest sister Jamie, my older brother Casey, and my brother Josh, my little big brother. But yeah, I was raised apart from them. I kind of always wondered why. But it hasn't really like hit home up until the later years, like recently. I started asking certain questions. But I recently lost the woman who raised me. Yeah, my grandma, she hanai me from birth, and it's shitty. I was real kolohe. Real quick, I was real spoiled. I got everything I wanted growing up, and I can't even identify as I look back like where I started rebelling or doing things out of self. Like I can remember from a young age stealing her cigarettes, trying to hide, just being sneaky. Yeah. I was also raised in a private Catholic school, Christ the King here on Maui. And although I went to a private school, I heard the joke all along growing up. We came out the worst ones, and I don't know if I like say that that's true, but I know the God that I serve and I'm serving today, He redeems, each and every day, no matter how much I fall short, every day. God is always here to comfort me and help me realize that, I never forgive myself for so long, and I still get a hard time forgive myself for certain decisions I made, the people I hurt along the way, all my kids that were caught in the crossfire, and I still don't know right now, like what is. not what I sing. I don't know what I intend with this, but um, I've been through a lot, multiple addictions, everything you can think of, everything under the sun, and I'm just truly grateful for still be here today and share my testimony. I lost a lot of friends along the way, not just to drugs, but mental health, and the worst thing for me growing up was um, I guess starting for lose friends that seemed like they had it all together, that seemed like they were happy. And my respect for people and my care for people at a younger age was like super vague. Yeah, like just, hey, you guys okay? Like we say we okay, everything all good, but really, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, with everyone we come in contact with, and it was selfish of me to walk through life how I did, I guess, blaming other people, um, justifying the things I did all along the way, when really I had the free will to react or respond, or even the chance for do nothing at all and just pray. Um, I still get issues. I still have hard times with that, and kind of the reason why. And I really don't give a shit. Some of my friends that told me, "Oh, don't do that, bro. Like, don't post videos of yourself. Don't share." For me, that's the devil trying to stop me from opening my mouth, and I'm not gonna shut up. I'm not gonna shut up. And again, if you don't like hear me talk, go watch my video. Just straight up. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be real. And yeah, this is as real as you're gonna get me, I guess. Or yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I think I talk like this. Like I try to just be myself as I talk. A lot of you probably not gonna understand my pidgin and my slang terms or whatever. I try and talk proper English. That was due to working in hotels along the way, trying to blend in and be a certain way. Everything in Hawaii is to do with tourism, yeah, and you got to be proper and speak politely, be nice, be aloha. Aloha is for me is a different meaning. Um, can be related to unconditional love, I guess. Yeah, because I was loved unconditionally. And I see that now, all along the way, God has been with me, protecting me in a lot of situations that, easily could have taken me out. And I've also done a lot of hurt to a lot of people along the way that never deserve them. And, if anybody is watching this and I offended you in any way or I hurt you along the way, I am sorry. I am sorry. I, and even as I say this, uh, yeah, I just sorry. A lot of my friends, my family, cousins, nieces and nephews, you know, everybody got a chance for see me at my worst, at my lows, and for what it's worth, I appreciate you all being there when you were there for me, and, and still here for me. You see, I forget sometimes. Yeah, it's easy for fall back into my flesh and stay zoomed in. I hear that a lot lately. Zoom out, be still, take a breath, and not trying to be hippie or anything. Just because I get dreads now, I'm not vegan. But Yeah, I just like jump on and share a little bit about myself. It's gonna be all over the place, but real quick, is at the end of this video, you guys can kind of know who I am. I grew up real selfish, real selfish. I grew up one single child amongst three siblings, but I was raised by my grandparents, and a lot of that came to later affect me. Like now, like how come, plenty questions, and I don't know if I'll ever go and get the clear answers to why I wasn't raised with my brother and my sisters, and why certain things happened the way they did. All I know is that was God's plan, the way it worked out, and God's plan is always perfect. It's gonna make mistakes, and I gotta believe that today. I have to, because if I fall back into my own thinking, I don't know what's gonna happen. Either I'm gonna end up hurting somebody else, or I'm gonna hurt myself, and that's just the reality of it. Like I got tired. I got tired of playing the okay role, like everything is good, and for a long time I let jobs forefront my identity. Um, I told myself, as long as I working, everything should be okay. I felt entitled to use. I felt like I wanted to achieve being a functional addict, like some people I've witnessed in my life, some of my predecessors or whatnot, or not predecessors, but just my role models. And I'm not even sure if I speaking on that correctly. Um, Forgiveness is when hard subject for me. Um, I don't know. I cannot blame anyone for the decisions I made. I can only thank them for being there with me along the way. And things ended up the way they did because I chose to either make a decision or react a certain way. And yeah, that's the hardest thing for learn for me right now. Growing up. I know. I don't know what I tried to say. I just feel compelled to kind of speak because I really don't like take any more days for granted. And I am truly grateful for the things I have in life today. I just wish my grandparents would be here for witness, some of the changes that I strive for. Hopefully for make them happy and feel like they're smiling down on me with approval, or like just letting me know that it's okay. Yeah. I mean, I know it is, and I know it will be. Um, but yeah, um, real quick, I would jump into something that has stayed with me all my life, and it's still an issue. Is my lust. Um, I started lusting at a very young age. I can recall being in grade school, and I don't know where that came from. I'm being vulnerable right now, and I really don't care. I sure a lot of you men or maybe women too. I really don't know, but I feel like we all share similar but different experiences, and um, getting vulnerable. Yeah, I I lusted from a young age. I don't know what planted that seed, whether it was seeing porn magazines or seeing my my dad's or my grandpa's video collections, or I don't know, but for some reason that spirit latched onto me real hard, and it that's been the biggest one that has driven me to do a lot of stupid shit, like hurt people, use people, manipulate things and situations. Yeah, I just pray for change with that, because a lot has changed lately. Yeah, like I've treated a lot of women like shit in my past, and I like to think that I've experienced my karma um through the equal opposites, of getting hurt. Um, but I cannot justify what I did. It was it was wrong. It was stupid, and I still paying for them. I still paying for it in ways that it literally kills me sometimes. I've numbed myself. I don't get to see some of my kids as much as I would love to. And, their mom is entitled to, I like to think, and that's the wrong way of thinking, but that's the only thing I can come up with is she's entitled to feel the way she is and have certain boundaries. But it bothers me when everything gets nitpicked, and no matter what I do, even when I try sometimes, or when I feel like I did a little bit better in life, things still come up, or I feel a certain heaviness every time I come around, like I'm not allowed. And that's not just with her, that's a lot of places and a lot of other people, some of the closest people I grew up with, my my uncle, my dad's brother stepped into my life um at a very young age. He was my favorite uncle growing up. He's what distilled a lot of what I like in women. He was my role model. I was always with him, like tied at the hip. I would cry when he would leave to Oahu. I would wait for him to come back, and that was before we even started smoking weed together. But my Uncle Colin was like the man to me. Yeah, like he had the good looks, he had the chicks, he had the nice cool cars, talented, he could surf, and yeah, I kind of latched onto him, and I don't regret any of them. We had some real good fun times, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Maybe in this, like lately, I just feel like there was some jealousy things against me, maybe when I was younger, because of the attention I got from my grandparents or the way they raised me. I can only feel that way. Like that's what my dad and my uncle resented me for. Yeah, like maybe they wasn't raised as good as I was by their mom and dad, and I was adopted by my grandparents. So legally, I'm a son of theirs, legally on paper. But I always call them grandma and grandpa, even though I don't know. I don't know. I don't like go too deep or heavy into that, because I know if I search deep enough, God is always there. But for some reason along the way, I chose to distort certain things, and again, I don't like come off like I'm blaming people, but sometimes it's hard for me to believe that I was the one pulling all the strings all along the way. Yeah, like I made my reality, and I don't know if I perceive that wrong, but I feel like we all create our own reality, and we all kind of raise ourselves in a way. The music I listen to, my interests. I mean, they say history repeats itself, and I kind of believe that to be true. And I pray that some of it can be changed and the cycles can be broken. And yeah, this is very different for me because usually I try to play the hard type. Yeah, like, oh no, no, okay, I'm good, nothing wrong, and fucking everything was wrong, and I wasn't good. Or when I thought I was good, I was doing the wrong thing. Um, like false idols, witchcraft through using drugs. For me, that's a form of witchcraft. Yeah, like I still recently been trying to cut back on the marijuana. I still get my 329 card, but that's just another justification. But for me, it's the lesser evil. I come from a heavy road of addiction. I've used, I've done everything, meth, coke, ice, weed, heroin, prescription pills, Xannies, um, everything. And the fact that I still here today and I look this good, forgive me. I still get on my teeth. But that's all glory to God, straight up. And He's been with me all along the way, and I praise Him for all of that. And if some of you cannot take this video, like I said, feel free to click out or switch the video. But to those of you that's still watching, I appreciate it. If it hits home for you, um, I pray peace and understanding and healing over each and every one of us. And I'm a big religious, spiritual person, although I did grow up in one Catholic school, I paid no attention. I can sing the songs. I remember doing the Stations of the Cross, Holy Communion. I remember certain sacraments, and I know I'm getting more in tune with my higher power and God and of my understanding. And it's been a journey, but I'm grateful for the 37 years and some change. And I'm grateful for all my friends too that stayed with me along the way. That, you know, even though it was tough love, to the ones that always picked up when I called. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I just pray that I can be that person one day for call and and give strength and pour back in and speak life into the situation. Um, I've been locked up. I've done a little time. I've been to multiple programs, probably about 10, one being on 2-year treatment over on Oahu. And you know, I learned a lot from those programs too, and if it wasn't for those programs, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Some of it stuck, some of it didn't. But um, yeah, shout out Sand Island Treatment Center, stay in the boat. I jumped out the boat a couple times, but I was able to grasp that life ring and pull myself back in the boat. And I'm grateful for still be afloat. So that too, I've lost a lot of people along the way, a lot of my leaders that I looked up to in the program. The minute some of them graduated, we lost a lot within the first year. And it's a scary thought, as I sat in that program. San Island was in program of about 200 people. And oh, it was nerve-wracking, man. Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna share that experience. So I was facing 20 years on 2 year program. Yeah, 20 years. I mean, I don't know what I did at the time. I was so whacked out of my mind that I just heard that 20 years and I was like, what the 20 years? But, I did enough time in jail for like take on this persona or this facade, like, oh, nah, I just want to do my time. Yeah, like hearing certain people talk and try to be gangsta or be hard. You cannot be a bitch, but you cannot act crazy. I mean, I've had to, I've had to squabble and whatnot, like whatever's, but yeah, um, a lot of humbling times in there, like being outnumbered for one, like you cannot just go one on one in there, but a couple of guys I wish I could catch outside here. Lord forgive me. Um, but yeah, okay, kombucha. But it's still not vegan, you fuckers. I drink kombucha is better than beer. And it helps my tummy. Um, oh, what I was gonna say, so Staten Island, yeah. So I remember being inside, locked up, 4 months into my sentence. The girl I was with ended up not coming to visit. My daughters came, but I found out she was pregnant, and that hit hard. That hurt. And being locked up and hearing that kind of shit. Oh, I'm glad I survived it. I'm glad I never do nothing stupid for hurt myself. I'm glad I never do nothing inside for hurt other people and elongate my sentence. Um, but yeah, I've worked my way up into um, what do you call that? Community, up into the dorms. And when I got to the dorms, 6'7". That's why it's weird nowadays. All the kids say 6'7", 6'7". But for me growing up, 6'7" was not something you wanted to be repping. 6'7" was the dorm housing for the inmates either waiting for get shipped out or running their time. And yeah, I had the option to take on this treatment program over on Oahu. And one of the old timers told me, it kind of like put me in check. He's like, you fucking sound stupid as hell. Like, why you gonna do the 20 years? He said, if you really like do the 20 years, go take one break. Try this program. If you don't like them, jump the fence. You can do your time. But yeah, so I actually took the program. I took the program in thinking that I was going to go there and I was going to dig out. And I was scared as shit. I never been to Oahu for one program. I never lived there myself. And I was going into one program where we was the best of the worst. That's what we were told. You had to be facing some crazy time for, before we get into this program, or one repeat offender, meaning like it's like one ALC, asshole's last chance. Um, I met a lot of good brothers along the way. Um, all the people that worked there had to gone through the program in order to work there. And I feel like that's everywhere in life. Yeah, you cannot really talk the walk if you never walk the walk. And I never successfully completed the program. Mind you, my lust. Um, yeah, I ended up hooking up with a girl towards the later end of the program, and I got kicked out. I was already working. I made it past a year, and I decided to hook up with one of the girls that was in the program. Well, she actually left the program, and I graduated into transition where I was leaving the program to work every day and save money. And yeah, Shit, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Like, it's already 30 minutes in. And, real quick, just thank you guys. I might cut this video into sections, but we'll see how it goes. Uh, yeah, the program has taught me a lot. The program was very interesting. It's hard. We were separated into color groups: white, yellow, blue, black, green, orange. Yeah, I think that was the only colors. And we had females too. A lot of them was very attractive, but they tell us straight up, like, you're not allowed to look at the females. You get caught looking at the girls for more than 3 seconds, you're out. Simple as that. That's how it was. Or if you do something and you get caught, they make you pack your dirty clothes inside one bag or your laundry bag, and you gotta carry that bag everywhere you go with you. It's like one metaphor of, carrying your dirty laundry with you everywhere you go, I guess. I don't know. It's weird though, like along before that, it's like the things that I've gone through before that, like during my addiction, living on the street, being homeless, it kind of set me up for that because the things that was going on in my head with colors. Everything was color coded. Yeah, I was probably gone at the time, but like my mind, that's the way it played it out. Like certain colors meant a different thing for me, and I don't know if anybody else has gone through this. But yeah, we weren't allowed to talk to anybody outside of our group. Um, but I became a CR, a consumer rep, where that was like one step below being a admin, where you work with the staff. So I was allowed to talk to um, some of the other people, and yeah. Um, oh my God, this is gonna go all over the place. I don't know. This is random, and I just ranting. But right now, right now in life, I feel like I'm at a point where I feel like I'm being stretched in ways, different ways. I'm being stretched spiritually. Um, things that I've never experienced or thought before. Um, I can process and kind of tone myself down into the right frequency to hear things correctly. And yeah, but when all else fails, I really been going to my Bible and like opening up and reading scripture. Psalms and Proverbs always kind of reset me, keeps me grounded. And I actually got this tattoo on my neck when I was on a walk. Somebody told me that was gonna be a curse, and maybe it was. Like I get the all-seeing eye on my neck, and then I get the devil on one side. It's supposed to be me, my face with horns. I get the devil on one side, and I get Jesus on the other side. I don't know. Maybe, like that's another thing. I can go deep into tattoos. I used to tattoo too and stuff, but yeah. Real quick, fast forwarding out of the program. Um, I have 4 kids right now. I just had another daughter recently, May 14th, 2024. And it's weird because last minute I chose the name Grace. Like it came out. We were deciding on a name and we said a couple different names. We settled on Zion at first. It's supposed to be baby Zion. But last minute it changed to Grace. And I don't know where that came out, but it's trippy because that has been the subject running through my head a lot. Grace, an unmerited favor. My son is my oldest, Kaimi Pono. He's now 17, and I wasn't able to be there for my kids as much as I wanted and needed to be. The way I wanted to be there was probably the wrong way, which is why God gave me the time to work on myself to where I can come back correctly. And even though sometimes I feel like it's too late, it's God's perfect timing, and on His timing that things reveal itself to be what it's supposed to. And it's trippy that in ways I've learned a lot more from my kids than I feel they probably learned from me. And if they can learn anything from me, I really hope that it's not to make the decisions I've made. And I feel real hypocritical sometimes trying to tell them what to do, or even in light of like sharing what I did. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't like. I tried being my kids' friends um too much, and I hear that saying, "Don't be your kids' friends. You gotta be a parent." And I feel hypocritical sometimes, not being stern or serious, but I gotta cleanse myself before I can try and pour into them. I don't like be pouring the wrong things into them. But my kids is very bright, smart, talented, resilient kids, man. They trip me out. And yeah, I know if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. I don't know where I'm going with this again. I kind of lost track, you guys. Forgive me. But yeah, I just wanted to check in. I'm probably gonna do more all over the videos like this. S- just introducing myself to the world. But anyway, it's 11:11. Oh, 11:11. But I just gonna end this video with, thank you, Lord, for another day. Thank you for getting me through this day and helping me through all my hard times and forgiving me when I couldn't forgive myself. For always being there with me even when I didn't know it. And I pray for peace and healing over each and every one of us, all our kids, everybody suffering and hurting around the world. I pray for healing with people suffering with mental illness, mental health, depression, addiction. I pray for peace in the hearts of all men so that wars can stop, disagreements can be settled. I pray for better days ahead. I pray for the holiday seasons and spirits come back and give these kids the same experiences, if not better than the ones that I experienced, the good ones. And I just pray and seek insight and understanding and more of the truth. Um, and yeah, that's it, I think, for tonight. Um, Again, mahalo you guys for checking my video out. I am tired. I'm probably gonna crash now. That's been a hard thing lately. I've been wrestling, wrestling with God, and I fall asleep super late, and He get me up super early in the morning, and I think I know the reason now. On video and pop up, and I like this saying, how King David used to wake up early in the morning before the sun rose, and the first person he would talk to was God. So try do that now. It's spiritual workout. I wake up early and I tell myself what I'm supposed to be doing. Working out, man. Yeah, spiritually working out. Physically I got to where I want to be. A lot of people think I still using drugs because I've lost a lot of weight, but I'm grateful for. I always wanted to be this size. Yeah, like without the drug use, without no weight loss supplements or anything. I never even work out for you to this side. This is all God. But yeah, I just grateful. I still get a lot of kinks for workout with a lot of people, making amends, but the only thing I can do right now is like live out my amends and direct amends is hard. So I can only let my life speak volumes and yeah. But anyway, I pray you guys all have a cheerful, safe, full of love holiday seasons with your ohanas, your family and friends. And yeah, I don't know. And to the ones that cringing during this video, thank you guys for still cringing. You guys could have clicked out long time ago, but um, yeah, love you all and aloha. God bless. Yes, sir.